Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching the truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled Demus verse Jeremiah, Revelation 3:15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. Yahushua is saying it's better to be cold or hot. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. We will analyze the terms cold and hot, utilizing case examples to bring spiritual understanding. When we focus on cold in the Greek,
Strong's G 5593. Psuchras. Psuchras.
according to outline of biblical usage, two-way, cold, sluggish, inert. According to New Oxford American Dictionary, inert defined as lacking the ability or strength to move. Keep that in mind. To be in mind of one destitute of warm Christian Salakia. Let's read that correctly. In mind of one destitute of warm Mashiach faith and the desire for holiness. According to New Oxford American Dictionary, destitute is defined as without the basic necessities of life, going into the origin of forsake. Keep that in mind. To be again, in mind of one destitute or forsaken of warm Mashiach faith and the desire for holiness. In a nutshell, this person lacks the Holy Spirit. This is the reason why this person is cold. This is the reason why this person is sluggish. This is the reason why this person is classified as an inert, and therefore he's destituted or forsaken of warm Mashiach faith and the desire for holiness. He is cold. This is the classification of being cold when you lack the Holy Spirit. Okay? So if you don't have the Holy Spirit, you are cold. Point blank, period. First example, 2 Timothy 4:10. For Demus hath forsaken me, referring to Apostle Paul, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica, Crescens to Galatia, Titus unto Dalmatia. Let's read this again. For Demus hath forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica. The reason why Demus forsaken Apostle Paul, and the reason why he loved this present world, the reason why he departed unto Thessalonica is because he became cold. He lacked the Holy Spirit. Revelation 3:15. Therefore, Demus became sluggish. He became an inert. He lacked the ability or strength to move. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua took the spirit away from him to fulfill his obligations of being a prophet. And therefore, he was destituted or forsaken of warm Mashiach faith and the desire for holiness. He became cold. Okay? 2 Timothy 4:10. For Demus have forsaken me. So if you can receive this in the spirit, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua forsaken Demus, and Demus forsaken Apostle Paul. That is the reason why he loved the present world. That is the reason why he departed unto Thessalonica. That is the reason why he forsaken Apostle Paul, because once the Most High took that spirit, he became cold. When we focus on Demus in the Greek,
Strong's G 1214. Demus. Demus.
according to outline of biblical usage, 1a, a companion of Paul who deserted the apostle when he was a prisoner at Rome and returned to Thessalonica. And when you go into the term deserted, it goes into the origin of forsake. Okay? This is your example of being cold. Back into Revelation 3:15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. Let's analyze hot in the Greek.
Strong's G 2200. Zestas. Zestas.
According to outline of biblical usage, definition 1, boiling hot, hot. Definition 2, metaphor of fervor of mind. And when you go into that term fervor, it means to boil, and zeal. When we look up the word zeal, according to New Oxford American Dictionary, is defined as great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective. All right, if you can receive this in the spirit, that great energy or enthusiasm is the Holy Spirit. Okay, and when you are in the truth, you are in pursuit, okay, to what? To teach so you can receive salvation, so you can receive the kingdom of heaven. However, you are inspired by the Holy Spirit. So that great energy or enthusiasm is the Holy Spirit, which inspires a prophet to remain active within this truth, because the objective or the cause is for salvation, so you can receive the kingdom of heaven, so you won't be destroyed. Okay? So if a person is boiling hot or has a fervor of mind or zeal, he has the Holy Spirit. He is the opposite of cold. He is actively doing the work. He is instant in season and out of season. Okay? He is fulfilling his obligations of being a prophet to the best of his ability. All right, let's get an example. Jeremiah 20:7. O Lord Yahweh, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed. I am in derision daily, meaning he's being mocked. Everyone mocketh me. Verse 8, for since I spake, I cried out, I cried violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord Yahweh was made a reproach unto me, and a derision daily. Verse 9, then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name, but his word was in mine heart, as a burning fire. He was boiling. He had a fervor of mind. Okay, he had a zeal. As a burning fire shut up in my bones, and I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. When the Most High placed that Holy Spirit upon Jeremiah, he could not do anything else but prophesy. He had to, because it was within his spirit. He was on fire, the opposite of Demus. And to prove that point, when we examine fire in the Hebrew 784, pronounced as Ash. And according to the lexicon, it means when speaking of men is also applied to internal ardor of mind. Okay, let me read that again. When speaking of men is also applied to internal ardor of mind. This is synonymous with the Holy Spirit. Let's prove that. When we define the term ardor, according to the freedictionary.com, it means feelings of great intensity and warmth. Okay, fervor, eagerness, zeal to burn. So ardor goes into the origin of to burn, meaning having that Holy Spirit, which makes you hot. Okay? Let's go back to Revelation 3:15. And when we focus on hot, okay, definition 1, boiling hot, metaphor of fervor, which means to boil, of mind, and zeal. What's the definition of zeal? When we look that up, it means great energy or enthusiasm, okay, which is the Holy Spirit in pursuit of a cause or in pursuit of a cause or an objective, right? Because the Holy Spirit is going to compel you to fight the good fight. Going into the term ardor, which means feelings of great intensity and warmth. That's the Holy Spirit. And this Holy Spirit makes your mind to boil, okay, to do this work, to be active, to be instant in season and out of season. This is what Jeremiah had. This is what Demus lacked. Eagerness and zeal, okay? Going back into Jeremiah 20 and verse 9. Then I said, I would not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name, but his word was in mine heart as a burning fire. He had the Holy Spirit shut up in my bones, and I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. So Jeremiah had to teach. He was inspired to teach. Why? Because the Most High gave him the Holy Spirit to do so. He was hot. This is an example of being hot. Demus is an example of being cold. Okay? Yahushua wants us to be hot. Okay? If you are cold, you will be destroyed. If you are lukewarm, you will be destroyed. Because when you're lukewarm, you're back and forth. You're straddling the fucking fence. At least when you're cold, you're not doing the work, period. Okay, but it's respecting that. At least you're not going back and forth, but you're going to be destroyed. However, when you're hot, okay, this is the lot of a prophet. And therefore, when you're hot, because of this Holy Spirit, you will be saved. Revelation 3:15. I know thy works, this is Yahushua speaking, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. Now, Demus would be your example of being cold, and Jeremiah would be your example of being hot. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Shalom.